was slavery really designed to produce? Could the labels we've inherited be hiding a much older story? I'm Basija Pyjai, an American Indian chief who once believed I was an African American. I now help Black women investigate the stories we've inherited and the ones we've forgotten. I'm not asking women to believe my story. I'm actually inviting them to investigate their own. This is the climatic finale of the series, Why Reproductive Engineering is a Civil Rights Issue, the untold story of slavery's architecture. One question has stayed with me. What if slavery's deepest damage wasn't just forced labor, but the deliberate disruption of family, intimacy, and trust? Because the most dangerous thing they stole wasn't your body, it was your belief that you could trust the people who look like you. Slavery wasn't just economic, it was architectural. Yes, labor was extracted, but when you study the historical record, another pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Enslaved women subjected to sexual violence, families intentionally separated, children bought and sold as policy, not punishment. This wasn't just cruelty, it was reproductive engineering. A system that only needed your hands would have stopped at your hands. But this system reached into your womb, your bed, even the names you were allowed to give your children. Plantation architects knew something every farmer knows. If you control the seed, you control the harvest. Black women were forced to bear children they couldn't protect, forbidden to form bonds that couldn't be broken. And when trust is repeatedly betrayed across generations, survival reshapes relationships. Fear becomes adaptive, silence becomes inherited. And we often discuss the fractured families or mistrust as if it appeared in a vacuum. But what if these patterns have historical roots? Research in psychology and epigenetics shows trauma can shape later generations. Cultures transmit beliefs, survival strategies, and expectations. History doesn't end when the law changed. Understanding where these patterns came from does not remove responsibility for what we choose today. History explains it, it doesn't absolve it. The harm these distorted ideas cause now is still real, I should say. Women's bodies, children's safeties, community trust. This is the cost when explanation becomes an excuse. But our greatest inheritance isn't just trauma, it's agency. The future of Black women, Black children, and the Black lineage won't be decided by what happened to us. It will be shaped by what we refuse to pass on. The goal of slavery wasn't just to destroy the body, it was to sever the cord between mother and memory. But your ancestors carried memory in their bodies, in their silences, their way of holding a child. The old belief was what's done is done. The new understanding is what's done is still being done until someone decides to stop. You are that someone, not because you were wounded the most, but because you are awake. Healing begins when we decide the pattern stops with me. Refusal is not passive, it's ancestral. It means grieving what your mother couldn't grieve, teaching what your grandmother wasn't allowed to teach. The seed of who you were meant to be was never destroyed, it was buried. And the seeds buried in darkness are still seeds. You are not who they engineered you to be. You are the memory that survived the engineering. Now I want to ask you something. What's one pattern you have inherited that you're ready to interrupt so the next generation doesn't have to carry it? Leave it in the comments, okay? This reclamation doesn't happen alone. It happens in community the way it always has. Follow me, ladies, for more as we continue uncovering and reclaiming. I'm Basija Pyjai. It's time to reclaim our stories, reclaim our identities, and reclaim our truth.